Hey, Bulls and Bears, what is happening? It is Monday, March 6th, 2023. All of the stores now, all of the Walmart stores in Portland, Oregon are closing now because of rising theft. All right, so let's talk about it. What led up to this? What does this mean? And where are things headed? Out of the Daily Mail out of the UK. So they're talking about this over in Europe. Walmart will close its final two Portland stores and lay off 600 workers after record-breaking thefts in the city at the store. So we told you over 2 years ago that this was a trend, that things are getting worse as far as the economy, poverty, more people stealing things. We saw the big uptick in vehicle thefts, catalytic converter thefts, stores closing. Now, a few of the Walmart locations that closed in other parts of the country, one of the things they put down was self-checkout. Okay, well, if it's self-checkout, why not close the self-checkouts and go back to opening up the regular lanes and hiring some more cashiers, right? So the whole self-checkout thing didn't really add up. Of course, I'm sure there are some thefts, but this is record-breaking, folks. So we've got Walmart stores closing now. You may think, okay, well, it doesn't affect me because I'm not in poverty, or I might be doing good. I mean, even if you're doing good, I mean, do you still want to see stores around you closing? Like, what if you live in Portland? So now maybe you'll have to go to Target. That may not be a big inconvenience for you, but some people can't really afford Target, and that's why there was a lot more people going to Walmart to buy things. But Walmart may not be the cheaper alternative for long, because are they going to have to raise their prices now because of all these thefts? And the people that are stealing things from these Walmarts, and we've talked about this in other reports too, where Walmarts are closing, but the people that are stealing things from these locations that are closing, are they going to drive a few extra miles to the next Walmart that's still open? I think so. So this is going to get really, really bad, folks. How many stores in your neighborhood are going to be closing down? And this is Portland. Obviously, there's a big homeless problem up there. The cost of living, home prices in Portland are pretty ridiculous. So that adds to the homeless problem. But just the fact that so many people are living paycheck to paycheck, do you think it's a coincidence that we're seeing this huge uptick in thefts and store closing at the same time as we see consumer debt spiraling into the stratosphere? I don't believe in coincidences like that. I think there's 100%. I believe that there's a connection here. So people that think, okay, if you're not in debt, no problem. If other people are in debt, that's not me. I don't care. Well, it's going to affect us all. When you get your car broken into, just look at Los Angeles. The sheriff up there, don't leave anything in your car, including a bottle, 10 cents, because somebody might break in and try to get a deposit, 10-cent deposit on your bottle. All right. So let alone leave a purse in there or something more valuable, not even a bottle. That's Los Angeles. So if you don't live in one of these cities, obviously you may not be as concerned. But is this coming to a neighborhood near you? Is this coming to your town? Maybe you live in a small town, you may not see this, but pretty wild. And will Walmart just raise their prices in the stores around the area, or are they going to raise them nationwide, including maybe the Walmart in your neck of the woods? Even if your Walmart doesn't have a theft problem, will Walmart raise their rates across the board nationwide? I think it's very likely. Look at insurance. The last time I called my insurance company for home insurance, I asked them why my home insurance went up. I haven't had any claims. They said, well, the cost of rebuilding is going up. So if you ever do have a claim, we want to make sure we collect enough money to pay a future claim, right? So you don't even have to have a claim and they'll raise your rates. Walmart may do the same thing. They may just say, we're going to raise our prices across the board because of thefts at this other location. And so it's getting pretty wild, folks. One positive part of this is there is a very big oversupply of goods and products now at a lot of these retailers. We talked about Target. We talked about Walmart and how they have a big extra supply left over from the 2020 shutdowns, when all the ships were backed up and companies were ordering things like crazy to try to get a big stock up there, because at that time they didn't know how long it was going to last. For all they knew at that time, this could have been a 10-year period of lockdowns and health crisis. So now here we are. What do you think? Please let me know down below. Will this lead to higher prices across the board at Wal-Marts. And here is what one reporter had to say. Fox 12 Oregon spoke with Portland Walmart shoppers devastated its stores will be shutting down. They must now go to more expensive stores and grocery stores or drive further. Shoppers speculate that mass theft was behind Walmart's decision to close in Portland. Well, that was at that time. Now it's confirmed that that's what the company is admitting, that this is why they're closing. Also from this article, Portland has one of the most deserted downtowns in the entire United States, with the removal of these Walmarts seen as the last two remaining bastions of an outflow of Portland businesses, such as this downtown branch of Umpqua. That's a weird name for a bank. Umpqua Bank. So the bank even took off. They left town, literally left town. It's amazing. So these cities are not good places to be. So far, San Diego, not as bad as Portland, not as bad as LA, but I think we're headed that direction. I'm not in downtown San Diego, but if you think this won't spill out to the suburbs, so the people that are doing these not robberies, thefts, the people that are stealing, are they going to just say, "Oh, the store closed down, I'm done stealing"? No, they're going to come to the next store, and maybe farther out into the suburbs. It may be to small city America. And a lot of people that don't think they're going to be affected by this will be affected by this, unfortunately. All right, let's move on to a slightly different topic, but still on the topic of economic collapse / societal collapse. I just talked to a client earlier today, and this particular client lives out in northern Arizona, between Flagstaff and Kingman, if I'm not mistaken, Flagstaff and Kingman, and he is living off grid. And he says that normally he'll see about 15 to 20 new people each year move out there. Some of them are building houses. Some of them are bringing mobile homes out there. Others are just buying land and coming out there in their RVs. He says now it's in the hundreds of people that are moving out there. And this is way, way out in the mountains, out in basically the middle of nowhere, Arizona. And I had to think about it. The name of the city was Ash Fork, Arizona, right about in the middle between Kingman and Flagstaff. Now, in talking to this individual, it was kind of sad because he said his wife passed away about 8 months ago. He's like 78 years old. He's out there all alone. To top it off, they're snowed in at the moment. So he's having a hard time even getting into town to buy food. So it's pretty crazy. But what he said was that a lot of people that are moving out there are not just moving out there to bug out. Some of them are moving out there to bug out or to get away from the city because they see the rising crime, the rising homelessness, the rising cost of living. But the cost of living is a big part of it. Because things are a little bit cheaper out there, a lot of people are selling their homes and moving out there for just financial reasons. Not that they want to bug out or get out of the city because they think economic collapse is here. They're doing it just because it was cheaper. And I think we're going to see a big acceleration in that because home prices, even though they're coming down, they're still the most unaffordable now than they've ever been. The most unaffordable that they've ever been. So more people moving to small town America. The problem is the smaller the town, the less jobs there is. And that's a problem when you have to pay property taxes, upkeep, food, all those things, insurance, fuel for your car payment, etc. So not everybody can move out there. This particular person was just living on Social Security. And that was even a problem because mail delivery because the snow was getting compromised a bit there. So his check was not arriving in a timely manner either. So problems everywhere you look. Even if you live way out in the middle of nowhere, you think it's safe, less crime, less people. Well, now you've got a bunch of people moving out there. Hopefully they'll be good people though. People that are aware of what's going on with society, with the economy, and they're moving out there. So hopefully you'll have some good neighbors if you're way out there in the middle of nowhere, and maybe start a community. This particular person said he made knives. That's what he did for extra income. He made knives. So I'd be interested to see some of the items that he made. But that's what's going on, folks. So I just wanted to talk about Walmart and just give you a quick chime in today. Not much going on here. There's a lot of news that I need to do more deep research on. I don't just want to scratch the surface on some of this. So I'll be back tomorrow with a little bit of a more lengthy report. But what do you think about Walmart closing now all the Portland locations? And is this going to spread? Or are things just going to magically start getting better? If it is just going to get better, if there's nothing really to be concerned about, what's going to make it get better, right? Is there going to be Santa Claus coming down? Please let me know. Everybody, big love. Keep stacking. Bye for now, and peace.